Hello guys, I want to do a quick video on the philosophy of recommendations. So, what you have to understand with recommendations is, I tell you, and you're told in training, that recommendations is the most important part of your job, which it is. It is something that you understand logically, but if you are having trouble getting recommendations, then you really don't get it. You're not there where you think recommendations are more important. I'll tell you, here's the thing. If you just went to an appointment today and they didn't set up an audit and they didn't set up solar, but they gave you, one recommendation, would you be excited? If they gave you two? So if your answer is not really, then you don't get it. You don't understand. All right. So point being is, when you get a lot of recommendations, the only reason you're going to leave this job is if you feel like you have nobody left to see. Like if you have a pile, let's say you had 1,000 people to call, and that were all ready to go, and they were already contacted, and you were ready to call them, and you went 0 for 10 setting up audits and solar consultations. Well, you still have 990 people to call. You're not going to be you're still getting your base pay, and we'll have a conversation about how to get better. But the point being is, you'll be like, all right, I have more people to see. But if you do 4 appointments and you only have 5 recommendations to call, or 5 people to call, and you do 4 of them, and you're like, all right, I got 1 less person to call. Even if you set up 4 audits and 4 solar consultations, you're going to be like, I can't do this job anymore. I mean, this is it. So the objective is, you need to have a lot of people to call, and that psychology. I'm going to teach you some things to do before your presentation, during your presentation, and after your presentation to get a lot of recommendations. But you have to understand first, your mindset has to be, recommendations are the most important thing, so that way you'll get them and you'll understand. And one last thing I'll say, for the person who takes the most shots at the hoop is the one who's going to get the most in. And it's really simple. The reason why I have a base pay is, I know even if you mess up a lot and you at least go see enough people, you'll actually just tell them you can get a free audit. If you see enough people, if you see 10, 15, 20 people a week, you're going to get some audits. That's how it works. My top rep right now, and this is January 2017, my top rep right now is Nate Gray. Well, Nate, after his first 2 weeks, we have 4 audits set up in 21 appointments. 4 out of 21. I didn't even think that was possible. So now he's doing great, and he's got a much better closing percentage, and he's set up 5 audits in one day at one point now. But it was 4. But the reason why he didn't quit is because he's like, I got more people to see. And Nate came from Ohio. He didn't know anyone on Long Island. He said, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to go get people. He talked to professors. He talked to his neighbors, his landlord, he talked to anyone. He just was like, I'm going to find people. And he doesn't even live here. There's some of you are watching this video and you're like, you've lived here 7, 8, 9, 10 your entire life, and you do 5 appointments. You're like, I got nobody left to see. I don't know who's left. It's like, you didn't see everybody, and you didn't call everyone. You made, if you made 17, 20 phone calls, you still haven't even called everybody that you know and that you have associations with, right? So that's where we'll start with this conversation to getting a lot of recommendations. Is number one, you have to give yourself a lot of recommendations first. You cannot expect customers to give you 10, 20, 30 recommendations if you won't give yourself 10, 20, 30 recommendations. If you have 8 names and phone numbers to call, because that's all you're comfortable calling and giving yourself, how are you possibly going to now ask somebody else to give you 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 when you won't do it for yourself? So that's step number one. You need to get in your mind and say, I'm doing something, I'm saving people money. I'm saving our planet. I'm helping the environment. Everyone I know or have any kind of association with, I'm saving them money. If I go over there and call, by the way, every single person who has the audit done or has the solar consultation is better off. It's not like they have to buy something. It's not like you should feel I don't know what the feeling is. It's the awkwardness of calling someone. but like, oh my God, I haven't talked to this person in a long time, so I don't know. I don't want them to think I'm only calling them to get something from them. Well, you're only calling them to save them money. Like, if you haven't called them in a long time, or you've never spoken to your mom's hairdresser, or you've never spoken to, the neighbor across the way that you wave to all the time. Well, what a good reason to want to call them. It's not like you're calling saying, hey, I'm selling raffle tickets. You're saying, hey, I got this new job, and I know I haven't talked to you in like 20 years. I know I haven't talked to you since 5th grade. I know I haven't talked to you in a long time, but I can save you, maybe $100 a month on your electric bill, or on your heating bill. This is something people want. And I just started this new job, and I thought of you. Thank you. Like, they should say thank you. Like, they should be happy that you're calling them. By the way, it doesn't cost you anything. I'm not asking you to buy stuff. I'm teaching you a way. I'm calling to offer you an opportunity to lower your bills and save money, which people can do, and help our environment, which people like to do. So you got to get out of your own head, first off, and you need to sit down and watch the other video on how to make a long list of clientele and make your own list of recommendations first. All right. So and you constantly have to be your own source of people. You should be spreading the word. Like, anybody you meet, you go buy a slice of pizza, you say, hey, did you notice PSE&G just raised their electric, their rates again? Oh, geez. Oh, yeah, I saw that, man. It sucks. Hey, well, I work for this company that actually, New York State helps people. They fund a program that helps people save money on their heating and their electric bills. It's pretty cool what I do. Hey, maybe I could talk to you. You don't have to buy. New York State pays for this. Did you know that? No, I have no clue. Oh, why don't I set up an appointment with you? In 20, 30 minutes, I'll go through your bill. I'll tell you how you can save money. No, stop. Like, that's it. Like, that should be every person you talk to, you meet with. You go get your nails done. You go eat a slice of pizza. You go to a restaurant. You go get your hair cut. You go anywhere. I don't know what you're doing. You're hanging out at, whatever. You're hanging out at Dave & Buster's. Talk to someone. Everybody lives in a home. So, anyway, so that's step number 1. You got to get out of your own way. Step number 2 is you got to set up your book. All right? If you don't have your book set up, like in training, we tell you exactly how to do it. And I know you guys go, well, I don't know if it's going to work. Like, you need to do exactly what you were taught in training. Like, if your book doesn't have the cover on it, and it was given to you or showed you how to do it, and you're not taking it out in the beginning, and you're not putting it on the table, and you're not planting the seed for recommendations, then what are you doing? Like, you got to do that. That's really important. So it can't be a thing you throw at them at the end. Like, oh, by the way, I'm going to ask you for recommendations. Like, it has to be something that is stated in the beginning, and they have time to think about it. So that way, when you get to the end. But if you don't even have a book set up, then you can't even do that. So that's a part of the training for a reason. The next thing is you need to kill that first page. Like, you need the first page of your presentation. This is number 3. Has to be the best part of your presentation, where you talk about them and you talk about you. All right. If you do a good first page, meaning you talk about your why. Why are you doing this job? What is it that you're doing? Why are you sitting in their kitchen? Like, what are your goals? Make yourself a person. People want to help people who have a goal and a mission. How could a customer want to help you towards your goals when you don't even know what your goals are and you're not even excited about them or sharing them? Like, why would I help you for that? Make sense? Okay? So you need to promote that. You need to tell a good story. And it doesn't have to be a good story. It just has to be your story. Whatever it is you're trying to do, Mrs. Jones, I need to do 20 of these appointments each week so I can pay for college, or I can do this, or I want to get a great resume experience, and this is really going to help me out, and I really want to run my own business one day, or I'm going to school for biology, and I want to be a doctor, and I'm going to have to run my own practice and talk to people. So this is really helping me, learn how to talk to people and meet people and be upfront and explain concepts to people. So that's why I'm doing this job. So I need to do at least 10 of these every single weekend, or 20 of these a week, or whatever the number is, to stay on track for, making a certain amount of money I need. Also, I want to go on this trip, and let me show you the brochure of the trip I'm going on. I want to buy this car. This is the car. This is my goals. I have it broken down. This is how many appointments I need to do every week. And you do all that, now they're like, cool, this person is motivated. This person wants to do well, wants to be successful. I want to help them, and now I want to give you recommendations. It's not like you versus the customer. Come on, please give me some, because you just talked about energy audits for 20 minutes and then tried to get them to set one up. There has to be more than that. So you have to become a real person. So you need to get a story. You need to make a thermometer of how many appointments you want to do. Have a happy customer list. By the way, that's the next thing, is third-person stories. People like to be like other people. So if they know that you've seen their friends, or they were recommended by a friend, or you show them all the people that you've already met with, even if it's 2 people. It's like, Mr. Jones, I just started this weekend. These are my 2 people who, this person set up an audit, this person set up solar, and have a happy customer list right in there. Name, right on the top, name, customer, town, and what they got, audit or solar, all right? And you put it down on a piece of paper, and then every time somebody sets up an audit with you, put down their name and town, because people look at it and they go, oh, look, other people are doing this. I want to do this. Oh, do you know any of these people? Then after a while, as the list gets longer, now they go, oh, so-and-so lives over there. I know them. And you go, oh, yeah, she referred me. She was referred by so-and-so. She was referred so-and-so. And then they're like, oh, and then they see their friend, like, especially if their friend who referred you set up an audit, they're like, now, do you think they're not going to set up an audit after they see their friend did it? Like, that's the point. So you got to use other people, all right? Use the power of other people and third-person stories that makes people want to do things. Remember, a sale is, by the way, you guys, I know you're not selling anything, you're not exchanging money, but you're trying to get somebody to do something, which means you're selling yourself. You're selling the idea of doing an audit. You're selling the idea of getting a solar consultation. And if you tie those things into you, if they see other people are doing it, understand a sale is an emotional experience, not a logical experience. All right. When you go to malls and look at something, when you buy something, you don't buy it because of logic. All right. If people only bought things because of logic, you wouldn't see half the things that we have. We would get rid of 90% of the things that we have, right? Because we don't buy them because it's logical. We buy it because it makes us feel good. We don't need an 80-inch screen TV. We want it because it's cool, and we don't need the tchotchkes and earrings and jewelry and fancy shirts and designer clothes and the new Nikes. We don't need any of that stuff. Logically, we don't need it. Logically, it makes more sense to just go buy a $10 pair of shoes, but I want to buy the $130. I want to buy the $50. Why? Because emotionally, I think it's cool. I want to do it, right? So you got to do the same thing with your presentation. It's cool to set up an audit. If you have people who are like, what are they going to do in the audit? Why is it? And they're like fighting you. It's because they don't like you. Like, literally, you should be able to do a good first page and say, I just need to get these audits done and they're free. And if I get 20 done a week, it's going to put me on path. Here's how many I need to do for the entire year. I broke it all down. And if I get 20 of them done every single week for the entire year, I'll have enough money to pay for grad school. Okay, cool. What do you need me to do? I just need you to have the guy come over. It's free. Well, I just got new insulation and everything. They should say like this. Like, there should be 2 types of people. One who says, look, I don't want to do an audit because I just got new insulation. My house I know is perfect. My bills are really low. I don't really think I'm going to need it. Versus someone who says, you know what? I just got new insulation in my house. My bills are like nothing. I know my house is tight. I know all this stuff. But, I'll let the guy come over. It's going to help you. Why not? See the difference? Like, one person likes you and one person doesn't like you because you didn't share your goals. All right. So the point being is, guys, if they have the audit come over and then nothing happens, who cares? What does it matter? You still make $20. You make $20, and they get a report on their house. It's not like you're not even asking for the Girl Scout cookie. You're not even saying, hey, can you're not even doing a sympathy sale. It's just let the guy come over. So you have to tell a better story. And the same thing with recommendations. If you do the same thing with recommendations, it'll be fun. Then people will want to help you, not fight you on it. All right. I don't want to keep this under 15 minutes, so I'll wrap up with, I'm not going to keep it under 15. One last thing is have your book set up, have the cover done, have the actual page already set up. I'll wrap up with that. Have the pages already set up. You have to set up the game, same way I said in training, before you get to the customer's house. Name on the top, Name, phone number, skip a space, all the way down, full page, right? If you have 3 appointments for the day, you need to take the time before you go to your first appointment and set up your 3 pages for all 3 of your customers, okay? And set them all up. And then if somebody gives you less than 10, you tear that page out because it's the back end of the other page, right? And they just see people with 10, and as you flip through, or 20, oh, this person gave me 20, this person. Again, it's the idea of, I don't want to be the first or the last to do something. If everybody's giving you recommendations, I feel comfortable giving you recommendations. If you don't show me anybody's giving you recommendations, I don't feel comfortable giving you recommendations, all right? So, and yes, you'll still have the person who doesn't do anything. That's still the 20%, the 20-60 rule is still in effect. You're still going to have those people, but you'll be able to affect the 60% a lot more if you do the things I just told you, all right? Hopefully this will help you out, and keep doing it, keep working at it. Again, people skills, sales skills is not something that's learned in a day. You got to keep working at it and follow the programs, learn the skills that we're teaching you, and you will do just fine. All right, talk to you soon. Save the planet.